Okay, greetings YouTube land, I'm Falagar and welcome back to another Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. So last time I just arrived at the Gilded Vale, is it? Yep, just arrived here in town. Can I zoom? Oh, okay, I see. Oh, I like this. Black Hammer Smithery. I like this. Road south. The Black Hound Inn. Either are these people? Temple of Ethos. I think it makes sense that I go to the blacksmith first to sell unneeded equipment.
Certainly.
Hopefully I'll find new party members. Hello, hello?
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
A man approaches you, his skin as dull and gray as the desolate village behind him. Sunken lifeless eyes. His voice is a dry croak. He glances at the gnarled, leafless monstrosity of a tree next to him. What the hell? Did they just execute people? I feel at home already. I might reconsider your lord's offer. Must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here. So is this how you greet everyone that comes by town? The only answer you hear is a buzzing of flies from the trees.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a hollowborn child?
I honestly don't know what you mean, but mind your own damn business. Have you ever sired a hollowborn child? I don't know what that means.
An infant born without a soul, of course.
Oh.
Lord Radric has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village.
Go on.
I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
He steps to the side and inclines his head ever so slightly towards the deformed tree. Yeah, you've made it clear how you guys handle people who don't follow your ways.
His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir.
Hmm.
In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn
Yeah,
just
right down
southwest
over
of
there.
here.
That's right, I'm also ill, so I have to go to the nearest healer. Was there someone in town who could help? There's something about Hollowborn and Waidwind's legacy before. Before I got here, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near the ruins. That tree over there. Yeah, you know, I had a close call with a Baywick, and ever since then I've been feeling a little under the weather. Is there an apothecary or healer here in town?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer.
Animancer.
However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider
Oh,
yourself
God.
fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all.
So you killed your only healer in town. Or is it called animancers, huh? Yeah, you guys are real smart. Good job.
But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
Shall live with my condition? If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understand our rules. Yeah, explain what you mean about the Hollowborn and Waidwind's legacy. He blinks. I forgot that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowborn have been a scourge upon the Dyrwood for almost 15 years now. He lowers his voice to a whisper. Children born without souls. He shakes his head. Pitiful, dumb things that breathe, barely, but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are a disease. Some say they are a punishment from the gods. He raises his empty hands. In truth, no one knows. Oh, he raised his empty hands. In truth, no one knows. But they begin spreading after the Saints' War, and so the name Waidwind's legacy stuck in honor of that foul, blasphemous pretender. His voice shakes with vitriol. I see. Lord Roderick's decrees may seem strict at times, but he has our best interests at heart. He nods. Yeah, you know, on my way over here, I saw these people conducting some kind of strange ceremony near the ruins. He regards you carefully. You'll want to mind where you mentioned that. Trespassing on Engwathan ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. It was the only path to escape. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People would try anything these days, but wrath have mercy. We certainly have. Well, maybe not, because when they were done, there was a Baywick. He polishes his spectacles on his sleeve. If you'd been that close to a Baywick, you wouldn't be standing here. Oh. Alright. Thank you.
Keep out of...
Excuse me?
Listen!
Oh.
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3. Gods have mercy.
That's not a good
It seems your
sign.
arrival is ill-timed.
Urgent looks out towards the east, his expression unreadable. He blinks slowly and turns his attention back to you.
3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric.
Oh,
I fear
his
Lord
child
Radric's
must have
heir is lost,
stillborn.
or else hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
Uh-oh, so I take it there's not a property available? Yeah, so I take it the offer for new settlers to stay here is off the table? I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you to get some rest. The inn or a stable for all I care. What happened to that hospitality? Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. Oh, what happened? He shrugs one bony shoulder. I will know more details when the messengers arrive. The vagaries of childbirth, perhaps, but that is not your concern. Okay. Peace be with you. Visions and Whispers. Addendum added. Ooh, very nice. Total quest experience 852. I like that. After surviving an explosion outside of the ruins of Selantles, I experienced a vision. I have never seen a vision nor learned a secret that would damn or save my soul, and after 500 years, I am the oldest living vampire to ever walk the earth. Interview the vampire. Since then, I have been hearing sounds with no source, and seeing things that aren't there. Seek help for your condition. Okay. Blacksmith is here. Can I talk to an NPC? Hello. Tuanu's one of the best smiths in the Dyrwood, but his stock's been lousy lately. Oh. Well, perhaps I have some new stock for him, but can't say it's quality stuff. The character can use quick items to switch between weapons sets during combat. New map discovered. Black Hammer Smithery, 10 XP earned. These swords look ready for the forge. I see. So you must be... Okay, you're the apprentice. So you must be... Yeah. Tuatanu. Hello. Dugan Steelcaller. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Reach out for the soul. You see a group of adventurers surrounded by a crowd of attacking Zurips. Zurips, that's that creature that's almost like a kobold, right? This man is with them, seemingly unconcerned by the battle, even detached from it as he stands in the middle of his comrades, chanting, his expression bordering on elation. His voice is powerful and deep, booming out across the combatants as a rich counterpoint to the chaos of their fighting. With every phrase, the battlefield changes. His allies glow with a pulsing blue light, freezing the Zurips that surround them. A blazing pyre erupts from the ground, cutting and burning the creatures and sending them scattering. One of the fallen Zurips suddenly explodes as 3 giant grubs crawl from its corpse and attack the remaining enemies. The man continues to chant, thoroughly enthralled in the joy of the moment. Finally, the creatures have been reduced to 1. His allies stand back as the man approaches it. Still chanting, he removes his hammer and swings it at the Zirip. His phrase ends as the hammer connects with its head, punctuating the spell and bringing his song to an end. Oh, wow. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of... Really? You see a man crouching, surreptitious and alone, a series of untamed shrubs, all that hides him from the vision ahead. His eyes are locked on a Dalamangan, beautiful and terrible, eyes half lidded as she hums. A bird with fantastic blue and orange plumage sits on her shoulder, trilling gently, and the man is entranced. Trembling, tentative, he stands, and the tranquility is broken by the bird's startled squawk. The Dalamangan, I just pronounced it earlier. The Dalemgan half smiles, beckoning with twig-like fingers. She does not speak as he approaches. His mouth is dripping sounds of awe and admiration. She waits, coy and tempting, and with agonizing slowness he is before her. Then something changes. She sees something hanging limply from his side and begins to hiss, fingers suddenly claws, and eyes black with hate. It's like a succubus or something. He has no time to reach for his axe or a grimoire as she strikes, and just as soon as she strikes, she is gone, the only evidence of her existence, the shuddering wreck on the ground. He grabs at his grimoire nevertheless and begins to chant, but the words of a magical language of his own imagining, scribbled in a maniacal shorthand, ring hollow, and the silence continues unabated. He turns and shrugs at someone or something, but if there is something there, you do not see it. Sure, these will make sense at some later point. On account of Tuatanu's scales, the pages are nearly empty. Oh wow. This Amua man is of an impressive build, towering above the countertop. His skin is the dusty blue of a deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears frame a square-jawed face coated in smeared soot and arcing black tattoos alike. He offers you a broad smile as you approach. Welcome. You're the first new face I've seen in quite some time. What can I do for you? What do you have for sale? I may have some things to sell to you. You come to us at a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock's not what it used to be. But we find weapons and armor to offer you, all forged right here at the blacksmith. Oh, wire time is hard. We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near on a week now and haven't seen a sign of it. Have to expect they were hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them. I wonder if it's those bandits that took that dwarf that was like their cook or something. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Well, my workers ran off with the wagon themselves, maybe to make some coin. Tuatanu snorts, as if that lot would dare. Tuatanu scratches his jaw, thinking. If you happen to be headed that way, maybe you could keep an eye out for a supply wagon, or my shipment at least. They'd be cutting through the black meadow, I expect. Only good road for it. As it is, most of our weapons go to His Grace, Lord Redrick. Tuatanu glances at the nearby guard, and that's as it should be. But it doesn't leave much for outsiders. We just don't have the iron. I'll find your supplies. I'll see them back safe and sound. Where was the wagon traveling from? Yeah, where was it traveling from? We send the wagon up to New Hiomar with weapons, and it swings around through Logholm and the like to purchase supplies. Shortest route back is through the Black Meadow, and then north through the wilds. Tuatanu shakes his head. I had a trader come through with word they had made it to Longholm, but I haven't heard a thing since. Well, I'll find your supplies. Tanu nods. Then you have my thanks. You bring those supplies back, and I have plenty more to offer. A discount to start. Oh, and if you find my workers, tell them to hurry up, or they can take up farming instead. To Atanu, Gilded Vale Smith has been expecting a shipment of supplies for a long time. He worries that something has befallen the wagon, which was traveling along the eastern road towards Gilded Vale. Okay.
Welcome.
Yeah. Oh, great. Great. Maybe I could buy a wand. Camping supplies, that's good. Cape of Withdrawal. Capes and cloaks can be worn for protection from the elements and from prying eyes alike. Many are woven with spells to provide additional defense or abilities. Okay, what I have is better. It's expensive too. Vital Ring of Protection. Oh, these are beyond my price range. Azureth's Stiletto. This is expensive, but let's just take a look at this. Wow. I love how these weapons have like some kind of history to go along with it to read. I like that. So you learn a little bit more about it. It's not just like like a generic gear. You know, you can read about it. It adds a little bit. It makes the item a bit more personal, right? I like that. Okay, well, I have 2 more camping supplies, and being a mage, I think it's very important that I have more camping supplies. If I get 2, that's 150. I'll get 1 for now. Oh, I see. Okay. Some of these I could sell. Some of these doubles. Which is I'm only worried at that. I'm going to start to get party members, and if I start selling all my gear, daggers. Okay, who knows when I'll have I might get a rogue back in the party. That's good. Mace. Doesn't tell me what the. So tell me how much I'm getting for these. Oh, so this is how much I have to pay. I see. Okay, so the store is getting 60 coin from me. I don't think I'm going to need 2 hunting bow. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, this is good. It's all the same. All the same. Oh good, now I'm turning over a profit here. Okay, this is perfect. The wolves of Dyrwood are a large... Oh, this is how much I'm getting. Okay, value 5 coin piece. Large and crafty breed, bereft of species. Hides are valued for the warmth they can provide, and the teeth of the strongest wolves make for impressive trophies. So I have 5 of them, so 25. So that would take it up to 135. Am I getting full value for this? I am. Okay. Here we go. I have a bit of coin. I think we're good. Thank you, sir. Classes like wizards and enchanters start with a bonus to lore. Okay, I wonder if these are, like I said, people that join. You know what I should do is, for the sound, I feel as if the music is now a little bit too loud. Okay, that's good. And the music is absolutely beautiful, though. Can I pick those? Temple of Ethos. Okay. Eater. Hi.
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Strange way to talk about your dead. Yeah, I'm looking for an Aeomancer. He gives an understanding nod as he takes a long drag from his pipe. My condolences. He exhales and turns his attention away, watching the village around him. Oh, that doesn't help, but... Scattered between the roots are bracelets, wilted flowers, and notes erased by the rains. Urgent? Okay, hey, left. Is that the guy that I was just speaking to? Okay, the guy's name is Urgent. Okay, he's over there. Angry townsman, Aelith. Aelith. Okay, you see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf. And I can see by his profile pic that he is an elf.
I
Hello?
meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
The others, two folkmen and an elven woman, don't look convinced. The woman crosses her arms. She spits at his feet. Say nothing. Everyone calm down. Whatever this is about, I'm sure it's an overreaction. Ooh, a fight. What's going on here? One of the other men points at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. Mocking us even while he shelters in our village just goes to show you what these fancy Adari manners are worth. We don't take to that kind of treatment, not from foreigners, and especially not from Adirans.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Second man thrusts his chin at the elf. He stinks of sour ale.
Fie,
These
you're
guys are
itching
drunk.
for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Why does he sound different now? He wasn't talking like this before.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
The second man snarls. Okay.
This is a misunderstanding. I
see.
didn't say
Oh, he was mocking him?
whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
Something surly and raw flickers through his eyes. Horror and shock paint themselves across the elven man's face in broad, hasty strokes.
That's where you're wrong.
Uh-oh. I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. Back down, all of you. This is absurd. This is unnecessary. Wouldn't you rather be inside drinking than out here arguing? You're not going to take that from him, are you? Guys, look. Why don't we just discuss this with a round of drinks? We don't want your charity either, foreigner. They squint at you through red, bleary eyes. It sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. Do I have to kill these guys? Okay, so I can't tell which is a woman and oh, I'm about to go to an inn, so I guess it should be okay for me to. Well, this is 2 per encounter, so maybe I can. So I have a feeling they're gonna run this way. Ooh, 3 birds with 1 stone. As the last of the attackers falls, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
Peace. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My brother has some tea. It's like a tea to help me kind of like sleep. You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. Actually, that was fun. You mean for slaughtering them? You're welcome. Yeah, I'm just sorry that it had to end this way. Glad to be of help.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts. Though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine. Maybe this is my first party member.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service.
Pleasure to meet you. Say for yourself than that. So what's your story?
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an an adventurer by necessity.
I'm a wizard too.
I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I am grateful.
Hmm.
However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land.
Hmm. So you were brought up very well.
And how exactly did you come to be here?
Well, I was traveling with a caravan. I was stricken with an illness. We encountered a bivouac, but we were separated near some ruins.
In Gwithan ruins? Well,
Yeah.
Those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not.
Hmm.
And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
Well, bivouac for one.
And you survived?
Indeed.
I've heard such a thing was impossible.
Which was not an easy
But
task.
it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
Which is how did you manage to cross? So what are you doing here in Gilded Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife.
Hmm.
But I take it that's a familiar tale.
Yeah, where's taking all settlers, right? Place for a new start. And you? Like you said, I'm also a settler. I've been experiencing strange things lately. Things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls. Yeah, I'll say this. I've been getting these weird images in my head. So I'm looking for someone who is an expert on the paranormal.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
Some hanging up in that tree. He nods at the gnarled old tree in the center of town. This is kind of like the Salem witch trials almost, right? How they're hanging them and yeah. His darting glance takes in the tumble-down buildings in a fallow, rock-strewn fields. I expect that such expertise would be best sought elsewhere. Now, if I may be so bold, you don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet,
Touché.
circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
So listen, I've been meaning to ask, what did you do to get all those three drunks riled up?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
Oh. Did he? I didn't hear that. He did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his own sister. Oh, I won't piss him off. I see. For which I am grateful. Let's discuss something else, shall we? Nothing more. I should get going. I wish you would join me, but
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn.
go.
They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you.
Yes.
I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
You read my mind. Agreed. We travel together then.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Oh, this is fantastic. Okay. So he is going to need a weapon. Oh, he's got a weapon. Scepter. Okay. A rapier. Oh, that's just like his backup. Those look good. And And, 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 clever, but small plates of metal or horn sewn to a leather backing. It offers a balance of protection and speed. Good. Ah, oh. Some more stuff to sell. Shall we head to the inn now? As I told her, that's not the pistol. Okay. Got that one. So I wonder if this guy will maybe join now that he sees there's two. Hi. Hello again. Okay. A rising sun and the 3 dawn stars. A symbol of ethos. Someone is injured. Hello, who's there? Return. A man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damped with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side. Sleeve soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain. Have a care if you mean to go in. He casts a quick look towards the doorway to his left. This place is not so empty as I thought. This temple isn't what it used to be, probably for the best, times being as they are. He groans and shifts position, wincing. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. No one of the faithful either. Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you wearily. Maybe you'd have better luck. Better luck with what? What happened? Yeah, what happened? I was trying to avoid the spiders. He breathes a quiet laugh. I've taken care of spiders. Ran into a skulder. I think I took care of those too. Might have gone a little better for me if the beast hadn't knocked the sword right out of my hand. Good blade too. Probably still lying there in the dust. He smiles warily. But I'm not, so that's all right. It's not a bad wound, I think. It just hurts. Sounds painful. I think I'll head back up those steps. Perhaps I could retrieve the sword for you. That is kind of you, but there's no need. It wasn't doing me any good. You're welcome to it, though, if you find it, and more. If you help me get something more important with an arm like this, I could use your help. Sure. These ruins around us used to be a temple of Ethos, the scattered god. A grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over the Dyrwood, from Ridkaras even. Until the war, of course. Even then, you'd get some of the stubborn ones, the ones that couldn't get it through their heads that their gods was dead and gone. Is this really the time for a history lesson? Continue. Once the legacy started, Lord Roderick decided he'd been too lenient on the the Thasians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword, left them down there, buried under a heap of rock. After that, Roderick ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that, up until recently. Lord Roderick hopes that if we dedicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven and the legacy will end. See? He smiles wryly. But until then, the temple is, as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in. Wartan licks his lips. Those priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't deserve to go like that. Chopped down in their god's house. Doesn't sit right with me. You want to bury them, right? If you can get down there, find the remains, yeah, give them proper burial. Maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. Wartan breathes out. No small task. There's coin in it for you, if you're motivated. I'd rather you join my party. Ella's cautious expression softens. A pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. I would do my best. Then by the flame, I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long. It's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priests would have been down on the lower floor. They'll be there still, if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers. Switches in the walls, trick sconces, that kind of thing. Ah, the old secret lever and hidden passages, right? Keep an eye out and take care down there. I wouldn't want to have to send someone else after your remains, right? I'll wait here by the stairs and keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up some. Good call. Here's a good place to actually save.
Yes?
I should take a look at what spells. Okay, that Aloth has available. Very nice. Okay, looks good to me. Got 2 wizards. I'm going to save it. And that's it for now. Just to let you guys know, this is a slow-paced game. Lots of text, lots of reading, rich with lore, obviously. And it's more about the journey and the story and the side missions than it is for the combat. The combat actually takes like a... what's the word I'm looking for? Takes like a second, is like secondary. You know, combat is like secondary to the story. Not to say that there isn't plenty of it. I mean, I've seen, you know, few reviews of it, and I know these type of games, kind of like Dragon Age, you know, the Dragon Age series, you know, Baldur's Gate series, Neverwinter Nights. So it's probably on that same kind of level and amount of combat that you have, but the stories in these are absolutely rich, and this is no exception, so I've heard. So, and you can just tell right here. Every person you talk to, every building you go into, an NPC you meet, it's always opens an opportunity for like side missions, which I absolutely love, and those obviously lead into quests. So as what I mean is, like, it doesn't mean that there isn't a lot of combat. There's going to be a lot of combat, but the main appeal of it will be, you know, obviously the story being the driving force, and the combat is going to be, well, I'm enjoying the combat. This is just classic. Absolutely love it. Okay, guys, so that is it for now. I'm going to have some tea, rest up a little bit, and maybe I'll record a little bit of Fallout 4, so, you know, kind of split things up evenly. I probably played for about an hour. So, see you guys next time. Absolutely loving it.